just going to church and thinking, for the first time in my life, like, we're not supposed to be worshiping idols, so why do we even have, like, statues inside the church that people are praying towards? Or if we're supposed to be praying to the one God, like, why are we praying to the Virgin Mary, or why are we praying to other people and saints when, God is the creator of all things and God is the Almighty? In that sense, like, it just kind of raised a lot of questions, or I started thinking simply about, Trinitarian issues, and the fact that if Jesus was praying, who is he praying to if he is God? Or why would he be in need particularly? Like, a lot of these things, no matter who I would talk to, wouldn't really have a great resolution. Just to name a couple of other things, like, if God is eternal, then how could God die? Like, I really just couldn't wrap my head around a lot of these issues, and the more research I did, the more I realized that a lot of these theological issues came after the fact, and the pure Christianity was actually Unitarian. But it was the later kind of additions that changed the faith to make it what we know it as today, particularly, meaning kind of more of a Pauline Christianity. But I won't get into that. At the same time, I wasn't really looking much into religion. But then it got to a point where I actually got in discussion about religion with some Muslims, actually, when I was at school. And I really didn't know much about their faith, to be quite honest. I had all of the stereotypical kind of ideas as to what Islam actually was. The fact that it was terrorist mongering and a violent faith, and they just want to convert everyone by the sword, quote unquote, or intolerant, they just want to kill everybody that didn't agree with them. Very, very shallow kind of ideas as to what this faith was. But the more I kind of started asking questions about it, the more I was kind of finding myself strangely attracted to this religion, basically because of the fact that they believed in the existence of the one God. They believed in God's oneness. They believed in God's eternity, everlastingness, but without all of the mental confusion. It was just, basically belief was broken down into the fundamentals, and it was something that everyone would be able to digest without actually having to do any mental gymnastics. So, long story short, I started looking a little bit further into Islam, not really wanting to particularly accept it as my religion, but still attracted to it nonetheless. I started taking a religious studies course where I actually was able to look at Islam from an unbiased, kind of scholarly perspective, and again, I found myself kind of being attracted to it because of its, rationality. And the fact that Islam could meet kind of belief in science halfway. It was rational, but it had proof at the same time. It wasn't just asking you to believe without any questioning or proof whatsoever. So again, looking into the Quran, I found the exact same thing. Allah would command his servants to question or think about things or ponder about things, and that was something that I definitely wasn't used to previously with the Bible, and something that was very attractive for me.